Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Viewers, someone has posted a certain picture. I got that picture a couple of days ago, and the person is saying that according to the Quran, the earth is flat. The name of the fellow is Sheikh Abdul Aziz. I doubt that it is coming from a sheikh. The reason is, I have not read in the Quran that the earth is flat, and if it is true that the earth is flat, then it means that the Quran contradicts what the science is saying and what geography is proving. So let's go deeper and see if really those verses he quoted are actually in line with the earth being flat. Now, to begin with, he stated that in the Holy Quran, chapter 2, verse 22. Now, let me establish this fact. That is, there are some Quran which, begins, each chapter begins with Bismillah. So, Bismillah is the first verse, that's verse 1. And there are some of them too that have Bismillah as, not the first verse, but just part of the verse. All right, so if you have a Quran which Bismillah is the first verse, that is verse 1, then it means that you would have to read Quran chapter 2, verse 23. Now, if Bismillah, the Quran you are using is having Bismillah not to be part of the numbering of the verses, all right, then it means that you're going to read Quran chapter 2, verse 22. Now, this is what I want you to know, that I will not be repeating concurrently, all right, so I may not tell you this repeatedly. So in case I quote a verse and you check and it's not there, just add one verse or subtract, and then you will get the verse which I'm referring to. All right, so Quran chapter 2, verse 22. What is there? What is stated here is that أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. It says الذي جعل لكم الأرض فراشا والسماء بناء. Wow. The translation is, He who made the earth a bed for you and the heavens a roof, the skies a roof. So the sky is the roof for us, right? Those living in the earth, and the earth is also a bed. So you can sleep on the earth, and the skies is also a roof. And you say this is a proof that the earth is flat? I doubt that this is coming from a sheikh. This is so unfortunate. Let's see something. This very verse is having a broader meaning, a wider meaning, a very huge meaning than what the person is proving. Look, the Quran in this regard is saying that the skies, which is serving as a roof for us, those in this earth, right, is preventing us from so many harmful rays or harmful stuff. Okay, so if the Quran is saying that the heaven, the skies is a roof, then it is telling you that when you are living in your room and you have a roof over your head, then that roof is preventing you from a lot of things that would put you in a situation which will make you so uncomfortable. So that roof, which this very Quran is proving, is only telling us that there is a roof over our heads. It is not saying that the earth is flat. And if it says that the earth is also, a bed for us, it only means that you can sleep wherever you find yourself. You can lie down, you can rest wherever you find yourself. There is no restriction. If only it is the earth where you are walking on and you want to have some rest, then of course, any part of it is a bed for you. You can just sleep there. This is only describing, how useful the earth is. It is not describing the shape of the earth. I'm sorry, but Sheikh, you are wrong here. See, he also brought another verse or chapter, and then a verse which is Quran chapter 15. Today I'm using the Quran, I'm using the book. Previously I would use the app, but today I want us to read from the Quran itself, so that no one would think that, this person is, using a different book. This is the Quran. See, in Quran chapter 15, this very sheikh does not really know what it is that he's talking about. Chapter 15, and then he said the verse 19, right? So verse 19 of chapter 15 also says that وَالْأَرْضَ مَدَدْنَاهَا وَأَلْقَيْنَا فِيهَا رَوَاسِيَا وَأَنْبَتْنَا فِيهَا مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ. Oh my God. My God. See, there are some people who have no idea what the Quran stands for, all right? So they think that they can, expatiate on the verses of the Quran in any way they want because they think that they know one thing or the other from the Quran, which is not appropriate. What this verse is also saying is that, "And the earth have we spread out and set therein firm mountains and caused everything to grow." So the verse is not also saying that the earth is flat. It is not saying it. It is not there. Okay, so if someone is explaining something to you and you don't really understand, you would have to ask questions. And for us, alhamdulillah, that is why some of us are around. Okay, now see, he said that we've spread it out. We've spread it out. So this very earth on which we stand, God is giving us a clue that it is vast. It is vast. It is very big. All right. It is having a huge surface area where so many people can, be at a time. Just as we have so many civilizations, so many countries, so many towns, neighborhoods, and etc., villages, and etc. All these comes to play when you're talking about this verse, because God is saying that it is spread out, like when you roll a carpet. All right, when you roll a carpet, then you would get a very wide surface area. All right. Meanwhile, before then, the carpet you would fold it and it will become something very small, right? But after you open it out, you get a very wide surface area. So this is what God is saying, that the earth is vast, it is big. It is not just where you are that forms the earth. It is bigger than that. This is the clue which the Quran is giving. So it does not mean that the earth is flat. And no, it is not talking about the shape of the earth. It is rather giving you how big it is, how big the earth is. That is what it is giving you. So I don't know why the Sheikh is saying these things. That so many things are happening. So if you don't read what you hear, what they tell you when they quote something, and if you hear it and you don't, do your own research, then so many people are going to dupe you. They are going to, trick you to believe that what they are actually saying is the truth. Meanwhile, it is not. It is rather unfortunate. Now, let's go to the next verse. It says, chapter 20, verse 53. Chapter 20, verse 53. So, Surah Taha, verse 53. 5-3. Okay. Now, in this verse 2, what he's saying is, الَّذِي جَعَلَ لَكُمُ الْأَرْضَ مَهْدًا وَسَلَكَ لَكُمْ فِيهَا سُبُلًا وَأَنزَلَ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مَاءً. I see. That's what I'm saying. The Quran never said that the earth is flat. It never said it. Now, this is it. It says, "It is He who has made the earth for you a cradle." Cradle? Like, when you have a child and you have this small cradle you put them in, can you tell me that the cradle is flat? Yes, it is having some sort of flat surface, depending on where the child is lying. So where the child is actually sleeping is a flat surface, right? But the whole cradle is having a form and a shape. What about the bigger picture? What about the bigger picture? What about the picture which you have right in your eye? That when the child is sleeping in, there are some boundaries, there are some borders that prevent the child from actually falling off. What about that one? You forgot about it. So this very sheikh who is saying that the earth is flat, I don't really know how small his thought is, but what I know is that the earth is not flat, all right? Now, this very portion of the Quran is actually giving us an idea that, look, when you climb up a mountain, when you go up on a mountain and you are staying there, it does not mean that the entire mountain is flat and that's why you are able to stay there. That is not the meaning. You have to climb before you get up there, right? So you climbing up should tell you that that very mountain is having a shape before you were able to climb up to get the flat surface where you used for your inhabitants or habitat or whatever the name may be. Say this, the Quran is saying that the earth is a cradle, so a place where anyone at all can rest. That is the only meaning. It does not mean that the earth is flat. No. That is not the meaning. He is very unfair when it comes to this. He says, and has caused pathways for you to run through it. God has made pathways in the earth so that you can run through. And someone is saying because of this, the earth is flat. Oh, come on. So if you are moving, right now I'm in Ghana, right? I'm in Ghana. And if you are moving from, let's say, one point of Ghana to another, maybe you are going from Kumasi to Accra, or vice versa, or from Accra to Takoradi, you cannot actually tell me that the path which you used from Kumasi to Takoradi, or from Accra to Kumasi, or Accra to Takoradi is flat. No, because there are some places where you would have to climb, other places you would have to decline. So where from this flat surface thing? The person is not making sense here when he says that the Quran is saying that the earth is flat. I cannot find it anywhere in the Quran that the earth is actually flat. What the verse is saying is that God has made the earth a cradle for us and has made pathways through the earth. And it's also giving us a way, like an idea of the fact that it is not every part in the earth where you can use for a pathway. God has created the pathways through. Okay, so it is not every path where you can go. No. An example, a typical example is on the sea. The sailors are saying that it is not every path that you can sail through. When you sail through a certain path, you are going to get drowned or get yourself in trouble. So this gives us a clue that yes, okay, God is saying that He has made paths through, the earth, so that you find your way from one point to another. That is the meaning. It does not mean that the earth is flat. And I have a bigger problem right now with that sheikh, or whatever the name may be. Now, when you go to chapter 43, verse 10, he also quoted chapter 43, verse 10. And I wonder how this person studies. I wonder. But I know that his teacher will be very much disappointed in him. And I doubt that it is coming from a sheikh. I really doubt this, because a sheikh would never talk like this. Chapter 43 of the Quran, verse 10. Alright, it says, الَّذِي جَعَلَ لَكُمُ الْعَرْضَ مَهْدًا وَجَعَلَ لَكُمْ فِيهَا سُبُلًا لَعَلَّكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ. Oh, this is what is... Okay, fine, let me translate. It says, He who has made the earth for you a cradle, just as I read before. Right? He has made the earth for you a cradle. So a place where you can rest, a place where you can sleep, a place where you can sit, a place where you can stay, you can use for your home, habitat. That is cradle. All right? And he said something again. This is the most important part of it. And has made pathways for you therein. He has made pathways. So if you want to move from one point to another, it is the same earth which you're going to use. So you can go through the earth from one point to another. That is what God is saying. And He said that you may follow the right path. So there are bad path and right path, right? So if you want the right path, then you can definitely find it in the earth. That is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in this verse. Now, Sheikh, I'm sorry, but I wonder where you got your explanations from. This I doubt that it is, coming from a sheikh. He also quoted Surah Al-Kahf, that's Quran chapter 50, verse 7. And he said that it also proves that the earth is flat. From all the verses I've quoted, we can deduce from it that none of them, not even one, is saying that the earth is flat. None of the verses, none of them. Now this one is also saying this. It says that وَالْأَرْضَ مَدَدْنَاهَا وَأَلْقَيْنَا فِيهَا رَوَاسِيَ وَأَنْبَتْنَا فِيهَا مِنْ كُلِّ زَوْجٍ بَهِيجٍ. Which means, and the earth, we have spread it out. We have spread it out. Opened it wide. Opened it. We've spread it out and placed therein firm mountains. And we have made to grow therein every kind of beautiful species. Does this really mean that the earth is flat? No. Personally, no. I from what I'm seeing, there is nothing like flat here. He said we have spread it out, And then we have placed in it firm mountains. This is a description of what the earth is made up of. So when you are walking and you come across a mountain, do not think that the mountain is just there for decoration or for anything, for tourist site or whatever. Rather, God is saying that the mountains are actually, acting as pegs for the earth. There are some portions of the Quran which says that the mountains we have made what? Pegs for the earth. Why? Because it is not supposed to shake. Now listen, these pegs, right? They are making the earth stable. That is what the Quran is saying. So it is not telling us that the earth is flat. Rather, it is describing some of the things that are in the earth and some of the purpose or the purposes which the earth can serve. So I wonder, why did this person say this? Where did he get his bayan or tafsir from? Because no scholar would do that. No. Okay, now let's go to the next one, because I think there is nothing to waste time on here. It says Quran chapter 51 verse 48, Surah 2 Al-Dhariyat. That's verse 48. Verse 48, yeah, sure, here. It says, وَالْأَرْض فَرَشْنَاهَا فَنِعْمَ الْمَاهِدُونَ. Oh. And the earth we have spread out, and how excellent do we prepare things. God said that he has spread the earth out, and how excellent he prepared things. It is excellent how the earth is, right? Today you put a seed in the earth, tomorrow it grows. Today there is rainfall and the entire grass becomes green. Tomorrow there is no rainfall. Now it becomes reddish, right? That is something really excellent about how the earth is, the nature of the earth. There are some places which are having mountains in it. Some are lowlands, all right? That is how brilliant it is. Dynamics of the earth. This is what the Quran is describing. It is not saying that the earth is flat. Sheikh, I'm sorry, but what you are doing is rather something that will make people, know that you don't know anything when it comes to the Quran. Yeah. And this, I have to be strong in that. He also said that the Quran chapter 71, verse 19. Quran 71, verse 19. Yeah, it's here. It says, Subhanallah. It has nothing to do with this too. Oh my word. Okay, fine. He says, Wallahu ja'ala lakum al-arada bisatan. And Allah has made the earth for you a wide expanse. Allah has made the earth for you a wide expanse. Let's see something. What do I have? Okay, yeah, I have a book right here. This book is having a flat surface. It is having a flat surface, right? If I make it this way, if I just, tilt it small like this, it is still having that wide space, right? It is having it. So with this demonstration, if you have it this way, it is still having the surface right there. So if God is saying that, this thing is having a wide surface, it is not describing as to it is flat or curved or whatever. No, it is not describing the nature. It is not. Rather, it is telling you that it is having a very wide surface. And that is the truth. The earth is having a wide surface. Yeah, sure. When you have a balloon, the bigger size, and you inflate it, right? Then it becomes bigger than it used to be. So when it becomes that big, then you have a wider surface as compared to, the previous one, the smallest stuff which you have, or you had, sorry. So this is what the Quran is describing, that the earth is having a wider surface. Which means that if you want to walk across the globe, you would have to travel for a longer distance, and maybe you will not be able to even make it from one point to the other. All right. And it is also giving us another clue that wherever you would want to be, you can, provided you can go there. All right. It is also telling you that there is no end of the earth. No, there is no end. You can go actually wherever it is that you want to be, you want to go. So if it is having a wider surface, it is only telling you how big the earth is. It is not telling you the shape of it. So I'm sorry, Sheikh, this time too, you are wrong. Let's go to another place where he also used, that's chapter 78. This is chapter 78, verse 6 to 7. So chapter 78, that's Surah An-Naba, 6 to 7. So he says, Alam naj'al al-arda mihada wal jibala awtada wa khalaqnakum azwaja. It's not also here. What the Quran is saying is that have we not made the earth a bed? A bed. Have we not made the earth a bed? And we have made the mountains pegs. You know, I quoted it earlier. We've made the mountains pegs. And the earth is also a bed. A bed. Like as in bed that you can sleep on. So which part of this chapter says that the earth is flat? Oh, Sheikh. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. All the same. There are so many verses which I'm going to prove. Okay, I'm going to quote to prove that this very person who brought up this whole sort of ideology of the earth being flat does not really know what he is talking about. So yes, for this verse 2, he said, we've only made it a bed for you, a bed, and have placed the mountains in it as a pegs. So all the mountains in the earth are pegs for us, so that what? The earth will not shake. That is what God has done for us. All right, alhamdulillah for that too. Now let's see, Quran, he says chapter 79, verse 30. Today we are going to okay, fine. So chapter 79, verse 30. He also says what? Well, arada ba'da dhalika. Kafra. I wonder. Well, arada ba'da dhalika dahaha. And you say the earth is flat because of this. I'm so disappointed. And the earth, along with it, he spread forth. He spread. So he has opened the earth. It is not something small. It is big. It is having a wider surface. A very big one for that matter. So if someone is thinking that, the earth is flat and it's flat and it's flat, it is not. It is rather having a wider surface. Okay? It is having a wider surface. So this very person who is saying that the earth is flat because of this verse is lying. It is not true. There is nothing truth here. All right, let's go to the next one. It says chapter 88, verse 20. Chapter 88, verse 20. Surah Al-Ghashiyah. This very surah. Okay, fine. So, verse 20. So it says, وَإِلَى الْعَرَضِ كَيْفَ سُطِحَتْ. Subhanallah. It says what? And at the earth, how it is spread out. Spread out. Spread out. It is spread out. It is not talking about the shape. The Quran is not talking about the shape. It is talking about how wider the surface of the earth is. How can someone just sit down and think that the earth is flat because of this? I'm sorry, this very person is doing a lot of harm to people. He's so dishonest. It pains me so much that a person can actually do this to another people or other people. Okay, it says chapter 91. There is something there. Let's go and find out. That is what I do. Right? When I hear something, I go check it out to see if it is true. When I hear something, when someone tells me something, I go check it out. I go check and see if is it true that it is there. That is how we learn. You don't sit down for someone to tell you, oh, this thing is here, and then you just believe. No, you don't have to believe like that. You have to go and check it out for yourself and see if it is true or it is not true. All right? Now, this is it. It says chapter 91, verse 6. Something is also there. Now, let's go and check it out. It says, well, out of the wama tahaha. Well, out of the wama tahaha. Yeah, Sheikh. Are. Yeah, Kinji. And by the earth, and it's spreading out. Asase no aya trimuno. Was say a flat. That earth which we have spread out, someone is interpreting it to be flat. And I wonder, what kind of teacher can he be? In fact, if you have a teacher like that, anyway, because he's going to just make you feel like, hey, everything is very scary, everything is scary and all. But it is not true. This very person is so dishonest. For me, this is what I believe. I believe that someone telling you something means that the thing may be or may not be there. May or not be there. So the best thing you can do for yourself is going to check it out in the book to see whether the thing is there or not. All said and done, I am done with his chapters and verses which he brought. Anyway, there is no proof that the earth is flat in those verses. I have my own here. Let me give you one solid chapter of the Quran, a very solid one. Very solid one. And my explanations will be based on this. Most part of it will be based on it. And then I'll go to Surah Al-Ghashiyah and make him understand that he didn't even know what he was talking about. Surah Anbiya, Holy Quran, chapter 21. There is this verse 30 or 31, depending on the type of Quran you are using. Right? It says, أَوَلَمْ يَرَى الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَنَّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ كَانَتَا رَتْقًا فَفَتَقْنَاهُمَا وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ حَيٍّ أَفَلَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. That is, do the disbelievers not see that the heavens and the earth were closed up mass? Were closed up mass, as in the beginning, before heaven and earth were created. By the way, someone may ask, if God is in heaven, then where was he before creating the heavens? Someone would also say, oh, if God is in the heavens and he also created heaven and earth, some people may have doubt in it. Now let me quickly touch on that before I come back. Before anyone builds a house, he would be staying somewhere before building his own house and then moving in, right? Yeah. God is having the entire universe just smallish like that in his hand. Smallish like that. Okay, very small. He created the heavens, the paradise, and the earth. He created it. Then in the Quran, when you read, he says that ثُمَّ اسْتَوَى إِلَى السَّمَاءِ فَسَوَّاهُنَّ سَبْعَ سَمَاوَاتٍ. He established himself on the throne. It did not say that he, settled in the heavens. Besides, when you read the Quran in chapter 2, it also says that وَهُوَ اللَّهُ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَفِي الْأَرْضِ فَأَيْنَمَا تُوَلُّوا فَثَمَّ وَجْهُ اللَّهِ. That is, Allah is in the heavens and in the earth. He is up there, he is everywhere. Wherever you cast your eye, wherever you look, whether it is east, west, north, south, northeast, northwest, whatever the name may be, all right, the polarity, like when you look, every part you turn to, there is God there. So it does not mean that God was in heavens before creating the heavens and then moving into heavens. That is contradictory, all right? It does not also mean that God created the heavens and the earth and then established himself in the heavens, all right? Where was he before creating that? Now see, this is the verse I quoted. It says, أَوَلَمْ يَرَى الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَنَّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ كَانَتَا رَتْقًا. Do the disbelievers not see that the heavens and the earth were together, closed up mass like this? Then we opened them out. We opened them out. Now let's take this for example. Yeah, this is a sellotape, right? A thing like this, and you want it to explode. In the course of explosion, there will be the sediments all over because it is going to what? Burst out. Now when it bursts like that, every part of it will just spread. Let's give an example. You have, a paint, like a paint rubber, a rubber full of paint. Let's use this as an example. Maybe it is sealed, right? Sealed. And then you have a paint in there whilst it is sealed. Then you drop a small bomb in there and you close it, right? When explosion takes place, when there is explosion, what will happen is you will find out that the paint in this very container will spread all over the room, wherever it is that the explosion was caused. You will find the paint all over. This is the theory of creation. God said that the entire universe was like this. It was one. Then he opened it out. Sort of an explosion took place. This is in Holy Quran chapter 21, verse 30. Is it 31? Yeah, verse 30 or 31. When the explosion happened, then we got different continents of the earth, and then we got different planets. Then we had, everything that we have today, be it in the earth, in other planets, wherever they may find themselves. So this entire universe was just one, like that. And it was opened. That was the beginning of creation. Now God says something. Everything that has life was created from water. Everything that has life. Okay, now let's go through a certain, let me say, geological facts and also some, scientific facts as well. There are so many discoveries that went on in early years, where some people brought about the Big Bang theory, saying that the entire universe or the earth was together. So you would have in some findings where they would put all continents together and then try to prove to you that yes, it was together before it opened out. There is no doubt in that. According to science, they will also tell you that there was a black hole. That was before creation, there was a black hole. That is the concept of the earth being together with everything we see in the earth and even above the earth and beneath it. So everything was together like that. And then the explosion came. So after the explosion, that is where we got the entire planets, every planet which we have today, as well as the earth and then the moon and the stars and everything. So to tell you the truth, when you study geography, I did geography. When you study geography, geography will prove to you that yes, it is true. Because when you look at the eastern part of North America and then the eastern part of South America, it can fit, right? It can fit at the western part of the African continent all the way to the south. So it can actually fit. Now, if you have the world map, you can check it out and see for yourself how the design is. It can fit. When you look at the entire Europe, the southern part of the Europe continent, and then the northern part of African continent in conjunction with the American continent, it also fits. So it means that it was together. Then you look at the Asian continent, that's the Arabian Peninsula, all the way to the north, to the Middle East and all. All right, the western part of all that continent also fits to that of Africa, the eastern part of Africa, the Horn of Somalia, Egypt, all the way down to Mozambique. It can also fit. So this is a proof. And there is one more thing that is really, really interesting about this. When you study geography, particularly, I think it is is it physical geography? Yeah, physical geography. That is where we study the rocks and all. when you study that one, it will tell you that the rock that is rock found in the western part of the Asian continent and then the Arabian continent, Arabian Peninsula, is having the same age and features to that of those ones, that is the rocks that are found in at the tip of the eastern part of the African continent, that is the Somalia, and all the way down to and then to the north, Egypt and all. So it can also be calculated that way. And they also said that there are similarities between the trees that are found there. There are similarities, and also apart from the trees that can be found there, you can also find some similarities in the animal species over there too. Mineral resources. When you look at the western part of African continent, that is the tip of the African continent, from the top to down. All right, that is the Guinea-Conakry, I think. Okay, Morocco, Guinea-Conakry, Guinea-Bissau, and then is it Equatorial Guinea? No, Namibia. Yeah, all the way to South Africa. And you check that of the eastern part of American continent, that is the tip of American continent, all the way down. That's the north and the south. What you're going to see is that the mineral deposits are also the same to that of the African continent. So it means that it was indeed together, because there are proofs to show you, similar to the trees and everything that are found there. So if this is the situation, then God is saying that it was together before we opened it out. All right, now today I think I've diverted a bit, but I had to go a bit deeper for you to understand this. All right, so we now know that the earth was round and then it was opened. So we got different hemispheres and all. Okay, fine. Let's go to one Quran verse. That's chapter, no, not 21. There is this Surah Al-Ghashiyah, which the guy quoted. Yeah, he quoted Ghashiyah, that's 88, verse 20. Now I'm going to start from verse 17. So chapter 88, Surah Al-Ghashiyah, verse 17. Let me start from there. Verse 17. Okay, fine. So this is it. It says that وَزَرَابِيُّ مَبْثُوثًا, and carpets tastefully spread. That is the earth. It is describing the earth, how it has been spread. All right, like it has been spread like that. So the earth is vast. It's vast. That is the meaning. أَفَلَا يَنْظُرُونَ إِلَى الْإِبِلِ كَيْفَ خُلِقَتْ. Do you not then look at the camel, how it is created? Oh my God, how camel is created. So see, God is making an example of the earth and how camel looks like, the features of camel and that of the earth. Look at how huge camel is. When a camel is standing there, look at how huge it is. Look at the downs and ups of, how the features of camel looks. Look at the backside of the camel. Look at the lower part of the camel. Look at the size of the camel and even the face of the camel or the head. Not to talk about the tail and the leg. So camel is having, like so many bumps around it as its features. And how it looks like is also depicting how the earth is. It means that the earth is not flat. It is having some ups and downs, and the entire thing is like a camel shape. Camel is not roundish. It is not roundish. It's sort of oval, kind of. So when you look at from top to the belly, that is how it looks like. That is the camel. So if God is saying that you should, use the features of the earth and link it to that of a camel, you have the shape of the earth right there. Why did this person skip this part? He used the verse, he used the chapter 88, and he just jumped to 20, verse 20. That is what is shameful. He just jumped to 20, although he had looked at verse 17, he had looked at verse 18, 19. What made him skip? Huh? Now, I mean, the verse is directly telling us that the features of the earth looks like a camel. Although it is vast, so it is very wide. Very, very wide. Now see, when you put an ant on a camel, the ant will be, creeping all over the camel, thinking that it is on a smooth surface. Maybe thinking that it is on let's say, a flat surface. And it will be moving around. That is that of the earth. Because of the magnetic pull, because of the gravitational force in the earth, we are pulled to the earth. And we are able to just be on the earth. So when you jump, you just land back right on the earth. Which means that every part of the earth you find yourself, you can stay there. You can sit there. You can sleep there. That is the meaning. It does not mean that the earth is flat, although it is having a vast surface, a very wide surface. That very wide surface is what you should consider. Rather, and yes, of course, out of considering that, you would have to also link it to that of the shape of a camel to know how the earth looks like. So why, Sheikh, why did you skip this? Why did you skip this? This is so unfair, it's so unjust. You are not doing fair, you are not being fair to us. Now let's read some tafsir quickly so that we get to know I don't know the reason for which he lied. No, I don't know. I don't even want to know. But let's read this to know some of the things which some of the Mufassirin have, stated. It says that someone, asked a question and it was answered. That could you please explain the Quranic verse? Actually, a non-Muslim asked me to explain these verses. So there are some verses like similar to what this very sheikh, used. And, the earth is spread out, rolled like a carpet and all. Now let's look at some beautiful answers, and then I will link them. I've actually typed all such and then, link them to some of the tafsir, just as I do on this page, right? Now, let's quickly jump. It says, Ibn Kathir, Tafsir Ibn Kathir said that is, he spread out, prepared it, made it stable, and made it firm by means of mounting. So some of the verse which this man quoted, Ibn Kathir, that Tafsir Ibn Kathir, says that God spread it out, made it very vast, all right, and then placed mountain in it to make it firm. All right, let's go to the next one. It says that similarly, interpreting the verse, the meaning, have we not made the earth as a bed? That's Surah An-Naba, Holy Quran chapter 78, that is where it is, verse 6 to 7, I think I quoted that one too. Means that it is spread out and prepared for you and for your benefit so that you can cultivate it, build dwellings in it, and travel through it. That is the meaning. So, Sheikh, why? Why are you so unjust? No, he did not do any good. This is also from Tafsir Ibn Kathir. Now, the next one says that is, it is spread for people in such a way that they can live in it, and it is firm, stable, and steady. So God is actually telling us that you can be in the earth and feel comfortable. That is why it says that the earth is a cradle for you. It has been made a cradle for you. You can be in it and be comfortable in the earth. It does not mean that it is, flat. No, Sheikh, no, you didn't try. The next one. And the verse, interpreted of the meaning, and the earth we spread out, and placed therein fair mountains, and caused to grow therein all kinds of things. In due portion, that is Al-Hijr, Holy Quran chapter 15, verse 19, I quoted it too, means we spread it out and placed firm mountains therein. This is like the verse in which Allah says, that's interpreting the meaning, and it is He who spread out the earth and placed therein firm mountains and rivers. That's in Surah Al-Rad, Holy Quran chapter 13, verse 3. So God has spread out. He has made it vast. It is having a very big surface area. where anyone can be, and anywhere you want to travel, you can actually go there. All right, and there are pathways where you can move from one point to the other, and there are, rivers, water bodies all over the earth. So this is actually describing some of the things that the earth is made up of. Why is this person being so unjust? It's so unfortunate. Okay, and says what? There is no contradiction between the earth being round and saying that it has been spread out. There is no contradiction at all. According to Imam Al-Razi, is that there is no contradiction in it at all. Because yes, something may be round, may be spherical, may be oval, and having a vast surface area where anyone can be, There is a study. I think this sheikh has to go to a geography class and then study things for himself, right? Particularly when it is explained to him how, or the proof that the earth is, not flat. Some religious books also say that the earth is having 4 pillars. I wonder where that pillars came from. There is no 4 pillars in the earth. There is no 4 pillars. No. So yeah, good. Now let's go to another one. That is another verse which he quoted. I think, Surah An-Naba, right? Now it says what? Autad, yeah, okay. So he called them Autad, that is the pegs, even though these mountains may have large flat surface. Now he explained certain things at the top. I wanted to cut them short. He says that when you climb to a mountain, like to the top of or tip of a mountain, right, and you are just at the top of that mountain, what happens is, at the top of the mountain, you would have a flat surface where you can stay. You would have a place where you can lay your head. Look at Mount Everest. Look at Mount Kilimanjaro. Look at, in Ghana we have Mountain Afajatu. We have so many mountains, so many of them. Atria Mountains and all. Look at all those mountains. Such huge mountains. You climb to the top. And there are places where you can even lie down and sleep. Does it mean that the mountain is flat? Is that the meaning? That the mountain is flat? That is not the meaning. It only means that the mountain is huge and is having a very big surface area. It is the same thing that the Quran is putting the shape, or let's say the size of the earth. So if it says that the earth is having a vast surface area, then it is only telling you and I that the surface of the earth is vast, big, and not just flat. So if you would want to see how flat or how spherical or how roundish it is, then you would need a space, a place where you would have to be, that will be far, away from the earth before you'll be able to see. Or you would have to travel very wide, before you'll be able to see the shape of the earth. Fortunately, the astronomers have been able to discover this. And they are saying that the earth is not flat. It is not flat. It is big. They did the calculation and said even the surface area of the earth and that of the moon and all the planets. But Sheikh, I think this is so unjust. You would need to tell the people that you were wrong here. You need to tell them that you were wrong. Now let's see this. Do they not look at the camels? Yeah, I quoted that one. How they are created. And at the heavens, how it is raised. And at the mountains, how they are rooted and fixed firm. And at the earth, how it is spread out. Surah Al-Ghashiyah. He ignored all the beginning of the verse and went straight down to verse 20. And I think it is so unfair. He was supposed to start from the top so that people will understand that the Quran is comparing the earth, that is the shape of the earth, to that of certain things, mountains and camel. That is the only thing. So if you would want to know the shape of the earth, then you would have to look at how mountains are and how camel is designed. This man did not understand what he read. And I'm sure that his teacher will be so ashamed. If really it is true that it is coming from a sheikh, then that sheikh's teacher, his teacher, is going to be ashamed of him. Because the teacher would say, why is this guy doing this? I'm sure by now he has been called. But I doubt it. I doubt that it is coming from a sheikh. No, if you are a sheikh, you don't speak like that. I am not a sheikh and I don't speak like that, no. So if a sheikh should speak like that, then I think it is rather unfortunate that that can happen. But see, there are a whole lot of things which I can show you, a whole lot of them. But in conclusion, I'll tell you that God said the earth was a close-up mass and he opened it out. He opened it, as in, look at my hand, opened. So there were continents all over. There were, other planets all over. There are so many Quran verses and chapters that prove that there are so many planets. Look at when the Quran was revealed, there was nothing like astronomy. There was nothing like astronomy. There was nothing like geography. But the Quran has been able to prove all these. And you think that the Quran is a joke. It is not a joke. Way so many years ago, the Quran was revealed, telling us all these things. How the earth looks like, the shape of it, with that of the camel. So irregularities, so many mountains, the earth looking somehow like mountains. No, sorry, the earth having so many mountains in it, and the mountains serving the purpose of pegs, as in drying your clothes and putting some pegs on the clothes so that it will not fall off due to the wind. So that the earth, that heavy stuff, or can withstand any kind of let me say a severe wind or any how do I put it, unforeseen circumstance, anything that can blow the earth away. So the mountains are there to make the earth firm. Either than that, you and I would be on the earth and then we will be shaken, and we wouldn't be able to be stabilized, like stable, as in how we are right now. The Quran is saying this. It is a big miracle, telling us how the earth is, how wide the surface is, and how each part of it can be a bed, how each part of it can serve any purpose, how each part of it can grow or be able to, bring out food for us to eat. The Quran talks more when it comes to science and how our universe looks like. It is up to you to sit down and read. Read and learn, so that nobody will be able to talk you out of what you know or what you want to know. It is unfortunate that some people are doing this. It is unfortunate that they are giving us wrong teachings. It is not just in Islam. It is all religion inclusive. So many religions in the world. And people are, giving us so many things which they think is the real thing. Meanwhile, they are not. So every kind of misinformation is coming from people. And it is because we allow them to. If we were to sit down and read our books, then no one could misinform us. If we were to sit down and learn or read something or find out for ourselves some of the researches, then no one would be able to deceive us. Someone would come and say that the earth is flat and we would all believe because, the person is a sheikh. He has actually quoted the Quran. What about what you can read? You can also read and find out for yourself if indeed it is from a sheikh, or indeed it is from from the book or any other. Let's be vigilant when it comes to religion. Let's be vigilant. Get your eye wide open. Do not let someone deceive you because of the person's creed, because of the person's demeanor. Do not let someone deceive you. When a person quotes a Quranic verse, a biblical verse, or from Tanakh or any other book, just go check it out for yourself. Check it out for yourself. Don't let someone talk you out of, what you know or what you want to know. This is the 21st century. No one can deceive other people based on what is written. We will end our dars here. I'll delve deeper, a lot more deeper into some of the features of the earth in the other or upcoming videos I will make. May Allah be with us all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.